work that way. So we're going to bring Nina's video, because like we said, we point out the things and then we'll show you the solution. It's a little bit long, but please pay attention because we'll break it down eventually. Thank you.
Our brother David Salami said the interviewer lacks the knowledge of Islam. I think he's talking about the previous guy that we saw.
Yeah, the previous video. Yes.
All right, continue to help us to share and hit the like button. Thank you.
We recall that on the 16th of December 2020, the Nigerian Indigenous Nationalities Alliance for Self-Determination did declare a sovereignty dispute, raising grave constitutional grievances and making a 5-point demand on the federal government of Nigeria with a 90-day ultimatum within which, and then a period of notice within which remedial steps towards addressing those constitutional grievances must commence. 90 days passed. The federal government didn't turn up for any discussion other than little murmurs in the background and some frantic movement towards the National Assembly for amendments. On the 17th of March in 2021, at the expiration of the 90 days, Ninas did address a World Press Conference in Ibadan, which it titled Next Steps, by which it invited the elected officials. It gave a 30-day window for the elected officials from the Alliance territory. And when I talk about Alliance territory, look at the map here, the South and the Middle Belt. Since the demands were addressed to the federal government, and those elected officials from the Alliance territory might be, they will be on the first line of, will take the first hit should the next steps indicated in the proclamation itself be activated. That is reconsideration of allegiance to the 1999 to the disputed 1999 Constitution, because the whole dispute is all about we not making the 1999 Constitution, therefore we not being in a union, in that union defined by that 1999 Constitution. That's what it really boils down to. Our federation has become, our union has become a fraud against us as long as it's that 1999 Constitution that defines it, along with all institutions. Now, the 30 days passed, and on the 17th of April, the elected officials, again, didn't come formally. They were coming at night. They were coming Nicodemously. Some governor going to whisper to some, nobody. They didn't come in the manner that should have become the commencement of serious discussions. So in all, 90 days passed, 30 days passed for the federal government, the state government, and therefore government. On the 17th of April, Ninas again went out to address the global community to activate a period of 120 days of consultation with the owners of the sovereignty, with the people of Nigeria. And when we talk about peoples of Nigeria, we're talking about the various interest segments, stakeholder segments across society and the international community. At home, we'll be talking about the socio-political or socio-cultural groups across the ethnic blocks, the labor movement, the bar association, the church, the religious groups all together, the non-governmental organizations, the students, the market unions, all kinds of interest segments across society. And then the diplomatic community, the countries and institutions of the world that have been having concerns about what might happen to Nigeria. And so that period of 120 days commenced on the 17th of April. And I've come to report to us today, the second, today's third, the 3rd of May, that there have been developments from the international community relating to these consultations on those constitutional grievances raised by the proclamation of December 16th. In the period, in the last 1 week, between the 28th and 30th of April in 2021, the global, the powers that be, the global powers that be that have been anxious about developments in Nigeria have come forward with their preliminary assessment of our propositions. And they have, and I'm talking about the US, the UK, and the European Union, who in those 3 days issued their position addressed to the federal government of Nigeria. First, it was the US that says to them that the security problems of Nigeria were extraordinary, and that the nature of the solutions to it is not the one in which you are trying to get everybody to come and help you to keep it the way it was. That it requires, discussion amongst the people so that they can sort it out. United Kingdom came up saying, oh yes, you see, the U.S. High Commissioner to Nigeria came up saying that the partnership the UK has with Nigeria, and when they say with Nigeria, we know is the part of the country they have that partnership with. It is that caliphate that their partnership had been, that partnership had been servicing the alliance between Britain and that caliphate, these 12 states that have embraced Sharia now. And so since they have hijacked the federal government, the Britain has come to the end of the manipulations that are available to tell them point blank that this matter is not one that could be addressed by the partnership. The scope of their partnership will not suffice on this occasion. Therefore, they should go discuss with the people. Then the European Union came the next day. In fact, that's the most explicit. The European Union said, look, Nigeria, this problem that is raging all over the place is not one to be addressed by shooting, by military force. That guns should be kept out of the table of discussion, and a dialogue opened up with the owners of the sovereignty, with the people. And that that dialogue should lead to where the legal instrument is reworked. They actually use the word legal instrument. That is the constitution. And if you put all of it together, you discover that the global powers have told Nigeria in very clear terms that time is now to go discuss with the owners of the sovereignty that is now called Nigeria, and to work out constitutions that will work. And if anybody wants to understand it further, we'll remember that in December, not December, in August of 2019, after our engagements with the policy beltways of Washington, I'm talking about when the LNC, leading the balance of the alliance, went to Washington to talk to all of those who were asking questions about what was going on in Nigeria. We went to tell them how ISIS had been received into our space by our own government, and all of what it has become for us. Nigeria has become a union of death for the rest of us. And we were showing the US, we shared with them what we knew about what had happened and where it was going and how it could become their own problem. And shortly after that, in September of 2019, the UN Special Rapporteur was sent to Nigeria to go to investigate some of the things they were hearing. Came up with the conclusion that the blood that was flowing all over Nigeria was coming from the constitutional arrangements of Nigeria that were like pressure cooker for injustice, and that that situation had become a danger to the global community in the sense that Nigeria could snap, and then 200 million people will be looking for where to find a refuge. The UN didn't want that. So between what the UN had seen, again, we remember that I think it was in September of 2020, in the period Nigeria was getting ready to go and dance again about its 60 years anniversary as one country. The Vice President of Nigeria, Yemi Osinbajo, had raised an alarm about the walls of Nigeria that was cracked, and that the house could collapse if we didn't move very quickly to solving whatever it was. In talking about the walls of Nigeria that are cracked, Of course, we all know that if nothing is done, because the cracks have become visible and degenerating by the hour, the building will come down. Now, those of us who have been pointing at the foundations that are the damaged foundation, constitutional foundations of Nigeria, we went out again to tell everybody that it is the foundation of the building, that is the constitutional arrangement upon which we are constructing this union, that is the source of that crack. And that if we do not move quickly enough to accept that the foundation is damaged and go fixing it, that the building will come crashing on all of us. Now, all of those who are trapped in that building, the nationalities of Nigeria that will suffer, those 200 million people that the UN was talking about, are the ones who have to find some way out of that building. The Yoruba have raised their flag saying they can't continue to wait until they are all killed, because you can see the number of killings and kidnappings happening in their space. In the eastern part, the Biafra group, the people who say it is Biafra or nothing, the same concerns is those constitutional grievances that we've raised, that they are all raising in their various ways, whether they were talking about restructuring or reconstruction or Odua Republic or Biafra Republic or resource control. All of the agitations in Nigeria, including the killings in the middle belt, including the ones in the upper part, all of the agitations in Nigeria are flowing from those constitutional grievances. And those constitutional grievances themselves are flowing from the flawed constitutional arrangement, for which reason we say we must now find a way to terminate the operation of that constitution, go into a transition that will rework the basis of the union, so that that house of Nigeria, that burning house of Lugard, doesn't collapse on all of us and kill so many people and throw the others into refugee situation. It comes as a surprise that at a time the US, the UK, the EU, that is the global powers that have interest in what will happen in Nigeria and to Nigeria, had addressed themselves, they addressed the issues we are raising and pointing the federal government of Nigeria to the prescriptions we have made as the solution to the problem. That we came out yesterday, May the 2nd, to a statement purportedly coming out from one Peter Afunanya, that says a spokesman of DSS, threatening everybody.
All right. So we'll stop this video here. We'll post it on our Facebook in its entirety, so you can have access. As you can see, constitution remains the problem. Anybody planning for election, for selection, or whatever else you think you're doing, or waiting for the saint. Oh my goodness, I forgot the saint. The saint who was wishing the worst human being on the face of the universe happy birthday.
The Hitler of our time.
Imagine going amongst the Israelites, and you go there, you say, oh, I'm tweeting happy birthday to H. Imagine what will happen.
Oh.
But anyhow, God has a way of revealing those. We told you guys the man with one watch.
Yes.
It was never about you guys.
Mm-hmm.
It was only about his ambitions.
Yep.
It has nothing to do. So that means you're a collateral damage. If you get destroyed on the way for him to get what he wants, you die on his way to get what he wants. It was never about you.
No.
This is the same guy that wants to drive a car with no engine.
Mm-hmm.
The same guy, with one watch. Or is it half a watch? Is it what? Was a watch complete even?
Mm-hmm.
A man, a whole governor that can lie about watches. When we know that most governors will get watches for Christmas present, birthday present, all kinds of stuff. That's what Africans would give to a man.
Yeah.
But mysteriously, the man ended up just with one watch. And you guys believed him, thinking he's about the Igbo men. Oh, vote for him. Nigeria will be one. And then he will go to Egypt, go and see how to do electricity. Come here in Texas. My son will show you guys how to do electricity. We're not looking for who will do electricity.
No.
We have electrical engineers everywhere. My nephew will show you guys how to do electricity. My neighbor's sons will show you guys how to do electricity.
Yes.
But the man with one watch, oh my God, he's in Egypt. He's going to bring electricity. When he's taking orders from number 10 down in Costa again. We told you guys it was never about you. That's why he will greet your tormentor. That's why he will tweet your, go and bow to those that are against you. That's why you will see him in the bus driving. They are all having fun, going to a funeral together. We told you guys that you guys are collateral damage of their ambitions. When they get what they want, their children marry each other, they hang out the same place, and you will pick it indomie mixed with dirt. So now this is double the carcinogen. Not only are you eating indomie, which is a carcinogen, now you're eating the dirt that we don't even know where it came from. Problem day.
Yeah.
Pull up the PowerPoint